This week on Beacon Web News, Maggie Allen hears students' feedback on the fake news presentation given by Dolores Barclay, an adjunct professor at Columbia University. And Sam Kniskern heads to the backup spring concert, where MCLA students were the star performers of the show. BWN begins right now. Welcome to the March 29th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Dan Wohler. We'll begin with the topic of fake news, an issue poisoning the stream of information we read and share. Maggie Allen listens to MCLA students' opinions on the matter after listening to Barclay's presentation. Maggie?
The Hartman Lecture Series continued last week when journalist in residence Dolores Barclay was able to give a talk on the ever-rising issue of fake news. Beacon Web News was there to ask students what they took away from the talk. MCLA's Jacob Vitale explained what part of fake news resonated with him the most after hearing Barclay's talk.
That it's not so much fake news as that it's falsehoods, and it seems like people are, they're searching out this information that they agree with, and they're not necessarily considering points that are different from their own. And if they find something that matches what they believe is true, they're just going to go ahead and share it.
During her talk, Barclay said fake news survives because it has an eager audience. Vitale explained what he thinks people need to do in order to stop fake news from spreading.
Don't be afraid to call people out when they're spreading this misinformation. I think, for myself, some of the times that I don't necessarily want to have that uncomfortable interaction with somebody and tell them that the story that they're looking at is made up. But I got to push myself to do that a little bit more so everybody's consuming better information.
Samantha Giffen counteracts the subject of calling out people for fake news and looks for a better way to stop it.
Anything you post online, students immediately have some sort of defense to it. They're not open to it. So I think that's hard to do. She gave the recommendation to stand up and tell someone when they share something fake, but even I feel from my experiences that that's not really effective unless there's maybe the site she was talking about where you can go and it shows that this is on a fake news site. But even then, people just have their straight-minded, stubborn way of thinking about things.
The title of Barclay's talk was Truth in the Battlefield, the War Against Fake News, and students were able to ask follow-up questions. Student TJ Boudreau asked,
who are the ground troops in this battle for the truth? And she kind of answered that question with that answer.
When asked who he thought the ground troops were and what their job was, he said,
well, I think we're the ground troops, just checking people, making sure that people are talking about the truth and making sure people are being truthful. I mean, I can't stress it enough.
Barclay's talk highlighted the importance of news literacy and for our generation to be responsible news consumers and sharers. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Maggie. MCLA Student Activities Council was forced to cancel their annual spring concert, but that didn't stop Cam Anderson from putting on a free concert of his own, featuring himself and other MCLA student performers. Sam Kniskern has the story.
Thanks, Dan. I'm outside the Sullivan Lounge where Cameron Anderson and his friends put on the backup spring concert. Let's go check it out. Cameron Anderson organized the event after hearing that the annual spring concert would be canceled and replaced with a comedian after unfortunate circumstances. Anderson shared his high hopes for the show.
Well, I came to Nate Gutman with this idea, hopefully that this was going to be a success.
Brandon Valdez performed his original work at the show and was excited about the enthusiasm he received.
Didn't expect that many people, but it was definitely thrilling. It was great to share my art with everyone. A lot of my words in my songs have a lot to do with how I feel about certain issues that's going on in life.
Anderson was one of several student performers who took the stage Friday night.
Including myself, I think it was about 5 to 6 people.
Valdez touched on a powerful message regarding student unity and togetherness, shown by students collaborating to make the concert possible.
It shows that they're very supportive of each other and that they really care about the ideas that the other, that their peers have. It's really important to just support your peers and make sure that the idea of campus unity is maintained through events like this.
The concert provided students with light snacks and beverages, which was graciously funded out of Anderson's own pocket.
I just went to Walmart the day before and got a bunch of snacks and drinks just for everyone to, eat, and waters for all the performers to drink, just in case they get thirsty.
When asked about who their favorite performers of the night were, both Valdez and Anderson spoke about each other.
I'll probably say Cam. I like the way Cam just owned it. That was like his first performance, so like I'm super proud of him.
Definitely Brandon, aka Dot Visions, because the day before I went to his house and listened to like the music to help him pick out like what songs he wanted to perform, and he came out really strong.
The students came together to make the show possible because, as they say, the show must go on. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Sam. What a great opportunity for Cam and the other students involved. One Berkshire and Berkshire Community College are partnering for the One Berkshire Career Fair today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Patterson Fieldhouse at Berkshire Community College in Pittsfield. The Career Fair will be an opportunity to connect with over 50 local employers to find your next job. History professor Dr. Frances Jones Sneed is highlighting African Americans' courage and determination in the Berkshire community. Her presentation is tomorrow, Thursday, March 30th at 4 p.m. in Sullivan Lounge. And the Aikido Club is screening the cult classic film The Karate Kid. That happens tomorrow night at 7 p.m. also in Sullivan Lounge. Boy Meets Girl, a film that looks at friendship, romance, sexual attraction, and gender identity, will be shown by the Identity and Gender Equality Resource Center on Friday, March 31st at 7 p.m. in Sullivan Lounge as part of their Women's History and Trans Visibility Movie Night. Do you want to stand up and speak out for a cause, but you're not sure how to go about that? The Four Freedoms Coalition will teach you how during their Act Now workshops. Saturday, April 1st from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. will feature a full day of free, nonpartisan workshops, training you how to fight for your cause. That event will take place at Berkshire Community College. The Alana Council and the Student Government Association are hosting a spring cookout, celebrating diversity and inclusiveness with music, games, activities, and of course, food. The cookout will feature a basketball and volleyball tournament and backyard games like can jam and cornhole. That is happening Saturday, April 1st on the Campus Center Blacktop from 4 to 6 p.m. And arguably one of the most adorable annual events, Barn Babies, returns to campus on April 1st. The Student Activities Council brings the crowd-favorite event to Venable Gym on Saturday at 6 p.m. And we are now 1 week closer to President Burge's inauguration on Friday, April 21st. And that will do it for this week, but you can stay updated with developing news on MCLA's campus by visiting theonlinebeacon.com and by following MCLA on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week.